So I see you have a can of Exoterra mealworms there.
Yes, well, we're having a lot of fun with our Exoterra division because Harry is now expanded, and our facility now houses as well research facility for Exoterra, and that's reptiles. So our reptile line actually offers a few different types of grubs and worms that we offer to our reptiles, and we've been using for some time and recommending the mealworms either live. Ideally live is always best, but it's not always something that caretakers are readily available for them, or that they wish to house in their home. And so at this point you can use the canned mealworms. Now, of course, these we can't leave open for more than a week and store it in the fridge.
They have to be in the fridge.
Yes,
yeah.
they have to be in the fridge, and after a week you should dispose of them because their lifespan is well, of course they're already dead, but they're not going to last forever in your fridge, and then can become potentially toxic to your birds. The birds that actually relish some of these mealworms are the smaller species of citizens, and as well, such as the Australian parakeets, and as well the budgies and the passerines, the canaries and the finches. They can definitely thrive on being offered a few mealworms. This is a perfect vehicle to sprinkle the prime on, or the clay cow, because it will be readily consumed. And for some of these smaller species that are not being offered 70% of the diet, then this is a perfect way to ensure that the vitamin assimilation is actually being offered and ingested, of course.
Like all these foods, I'm sure the mealworms have to be limited, right?
Yes, this is very high in protein. So for some of the smaller birds, they're usually housed in large flights where these birds have access to a lot of flight time and exercise and expend a lot of energy. For our couch perch potatoes that are housed in smaller cages and have limited access to exercise, then this is not something that we would be recommending being offered routinely. For small citizens, I imagine you want to know how much we should be offering, right?
Yeah, for a companion parrot. Maybe how many times a week, how many worms.
Yeah. It's definitely always best to follow your veterinarian's advice based on the weight gain of your bird and the energy levels and the energy expenditure. But we can safely recommend that for citizens and some of these small passerine birds, a few mealworms per day, especially if you have several finches within a flight, can definitely be offered without any danger.
So Jose, what about worms or insects that we find out in our garden? Can we offer these to our companion parrots?
Well, the limitation we have with those is they're probably going to crawl out of the dish, right?
That's true.
And then that becomes a little bit of an issue for the caretakers. But for sure, a lot of aviculturists offer some of these insects, especially to some of the cockatoo species. They really enjoy to eat some of these. They relish over them. And for sure, if you have a healthy compost and if you have a healthy garden and you find some worms, a lot of our smaller passerines will definitely enjoy these, provided, of course, that you don't have any toxins in your garden and that you're not spraying with pesticides over your grass. And that would be a limiting factor, of course.